Have you ever wondered about the root causes of the Israel-Palestine conflict? The roots of this intricate conflict can be traced back to ancient times when both Jews and Arabs inhabited the region. This shared land, often called the cradle of civilization, was home to these distinct peoples, each with their unique cultures and beliefs. Jerusalem, a city within this region, became a pivotal point of contention due to its religious significance for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Fast forward a few centuries to the Ottoman Empire's rule, which spanned from the early 16th century to the dawn of the 20th. Under the Ottomans, Jewish and Arab populations coexisted, albeit not always peacefully. During this time, nationalist movements began to simmer among both communities, setting the stage for future tensions. This historical coexistence set the stage for modern tensions as nationalist movements took hold. The late 19th century brought a rise in these movements, igniting a conflict that continues to this day. In the late 19th century, a significant shift occurred with the rise of the Zionist movement. This political and cultural phenomenon, driven by European Jews, advocated for the establishment of a Jewish homeland. The dream was to create a nation where Jews could seek refuge from persecution, a haven in their ancestral land of Palestine. Yet this vision collided with a concurrent surge in Arab nationalism, kindling a clash of aspirations in a region already marked by religious and ethnic diversity. This collision course was set to accelerate with the Balfour Declaration of 1917. In this letter, British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour expressed Britain's support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This political endorsement boosted the Zionist cause, yet it also sparked outrage among the Arab communities who saw their claim to the land being compromised. The Balfour Declaration, coupled with the rise of Arab nationalism, led to a significant escalation in tensions. With the British mandate, conflicting promises to Jews and Arabs exacerbated the already tense situation. Following World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain control over Palestine. But the British found themselves in a quandary. Their wartime commitments to both Jewish and Arab leaders, promising a national home for the Jewish people and respecting Arab independence respectively, were at odds with each other. As the years went by, the situation grew more volatile. Jewish immigration surged, fueled by the horrors of the Holocaust, leading to clashes with the Arab community. Britain, unable to reconcile the conflicting promises made, decided to hand the issue over to the United Nations. In 1947, the UN proposed a partition plan to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem under international administration. Jewish leaders accepted this proposal, seeing it as a path to statehood. Arab leaders, however, rejected the plan, refusing to accept a Jewish state on what they considered Arab land. The rejection of the UN partition plan set the stage for the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The establishment of the State of Israel in 1948 led to a series of significant developments. In response to Israel's declaration of statehood, neighboring Arab states launched an invasion, igniting the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The conflict concluded with armistice agreements in 1949, but without a lasting peace. The war also precipitated a substantial Palestinian refugee crisis, as hundreds of thousands fled or were expelled from their homes. This crisis continues to shape the political and demographic landscape of the region. In 1967, tensions escalated into the Six-Day War. Israel's victory resulted in the occupation of several territories including the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip. These areas are still hotly contested today, with disputes over their status fueling ongoing conflict. These events significantly reshaped the political and demographic landscape of the region, setting the stage for decades of unrest and negotiation. In more recent history, several key events and issues continue to shape the Israel-Palestine conflict. The Oslo Accords of the early 90s were a glimmer of hope, marking a series of agreements between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization. However, the eruption of the Second Intifada in the year 2000 complicated matters, leading to a prolonged period of conflict. In 2005, Israel unilaterally disengaged from the Gaza Strip, but this did not bring the much-needed stability. Instead, Hamas took control, and the ensuing Gaza wars and blockade heightened international scrutiny and deepened humanitarian concerns. Today, the conflict is far from resolution. Contentious issues such as Israeli settlements, the disputed status of Jerusalem, and the right of return for Palestinian refugees continue to fuel the discord. The Israel-Palestine conflict remains a deeply complex issue, with historical grievances and contemporary challenges hindering a comprehensive resolution.